Fine. So, good morning, students. Today we will be discussing ST Lab Program 9. So, I welcome you to the online sessions. Software Testing Lab. Your in today's session, as I said, you will be discussing the commission problem solving, which is your ninth program. So there we will be following the approach data flow testing. By using the data flow testing, we will be solving the commission problem. So that is your ninth lab program. The question is design, develop, code, and run the program in any suitable language to solve the commission problem. Analyze it from the perspective of data flow testing. Derive the different test cases, execute these test cases, and discuss the test results. So the question is, so you have to write a program to solve the commission problem and analyze it from the perspective of data flow testing. That is, you have to write a program for the commission problem, then you use the approach of data flow testing. By using this approach, you need to derive the test cases, then execute the test cases and discuss the test results. So this is your ninth lab program. So you know that you have already discussed about the program for the commission problem. So they have asked you to follow the approach of data flow testing. By using that, you need to derive the test cases and execute the test cases. So you're in the data flow testing, as we discussed in the theory sessions. So you need to write the program. Then for the each statements, you have to give the numbers. So in the sense, each statements or each line in the program should be numbered when you are following the approach of data flow testing. So here you can see the program where I have numbered each statement or each line in the program. And for this program, you have to write the defined node and the used node. In the sense, the variables are defined, right? So where the variables are defined and where those defined variables are used. In the sense, at what node those defined variables have been used, that you have to note. So before to that, once you write this program, then you just number those statements, each of the statements starting from the first to end, and you need to draw a program graph. So you know that how to draw a program graph. In the sense, you need to start the program graph with the executable statements. So what are the non-executable statements are there? That is where you will be defining the variables, and also those statements need not to be involved in the program graph. So the program graph is should start from the executable statements. So in this program, the executable statements are from the line number 7. So here the log price is equals to 45.0. So this is where the exact execution of the program begins. So you have to draw the program graph by looking into the program. So as I said, your seventh line is where the execution of the program starts. So starting from this, so until 13, you know that this is a sequence node. So why it is a sequence node? In the sense, so here you have defined the log price, then you have defined stock price, barrel price, then total logs, total stocks, total barrels, then up to that is the line number 13 or the statement 13, your input of logs. So here, so once you give the log value, so here all these things will be executed, right? So 7th to 13th line, it is a sequence, so where there is no break in between. Okay, so it is a sequence flow, 7th to 13th node. Then from 13th to 14th, there is a control flow. These edges, they denotes the control flow. Okay, control flow of the program. From 13th to 14th, you have a control flow. Then the 14th line, it is a while statement, which is a predicate statement. So wherever the predicate statement comes, there exists two cases or the two possibilities, either true or false. Okay, so wherever the predicate statements will be there, there you need to write the two control flows. So here the for node 14, that is a predicate statement, so there is a two control flow. The out degree, it is 2 for the node 14th. So from 14th to 15th and 14th to 21. See here in the program from 14th to 15th. So if this logs value is not equals to -1 in the sense, then it will enter into the while loop. So that is one case. So if the log value is equals to -1, then the control directly flows to the 21st statement, where you will print the total logs, total stocks, and total barrels value, right? 21st, 22nd, and the 23rd. So here the from the 14th, two control flows, one to the node 15th and another one to the node 21st. Here you represented as same from node 14th to 15th and node 14th to 21st. Then you go with the further statement, that is from node 15th. Here you can see that there is a sequence here. So once you input the stocks, where the logs value is not equals to -1 in the sense, then you will enter into the loop. Then it will ask you to input the stocks and barrels value. Then you will go for the updation of total logs, total stocks, and total barrels, right? So here up to node 18th, now you got the sequence. There is a sequence, right? Then from 18th to 19th, there is a control flow again. Here your input, here you are giving the input for the logs value again. So here from 18th to 19th, so it is also a sequence. Here we just go through the sequence note from 15th, where you input the stocks and barrels value until node 20th. So where you will once again give the logs value and you are ending with the loop. So based on that logs value, again it will decide whether to enter into the loop or not. So if you are supposed to enter into the loop based on the logs value, then once again the control flows to the 15th. If not, the logs value is equals to -1, then the control flows to the 21st node. From 21st node, you just go through this. You are giving the it means you are printing the total logs, total stocks, and total barrels from 21st to 23rd. There should be a sequence, so it is there. Okay. Next, from 23rd to 24th, there is a control flow where you are updating the once you printed the total log, total stocks, and total barrel values. So you need to calculate the log sales, stock sales, and barrel sales. So once you got the log sales, stock sales, and barrel sales, you have to calculate the total sales. What is the sales that have been made? So there is a control flow from 26th to 27th. So once you got the sales value, you have to print it. So that is in the 28th statement, where you are giving it as a output. So from 21st to 28th, there is a sequence flow. Okay, so here you can see 21st to 28th, there is a sequence. So coming to the 28th node, here once you print the sales value, then the control will flows to the 29th statement, where it is a predicate statement. So as I said you, when it is a predicate statement, there should be two control flow. Okay, that node should have a two out degree. Out degree has a 2. Okay. So here two control flows should be there. One is when it is a true, and another one is when it is a false. So from 29th to 30th, so when it is a true, okay, one control flow should be there. Then when this 29th predicate statement is false, then from 29th to 34th, the statement, the control flow should flow to the 34th statement, right? So here you can see from 29th to 30th, one control flow is there. From 29th to 34th, the other control flow is there. Okay. Then from 30th to 33, there is a sequence. You know that once this condition is true, then it asks you to calculate the commission, where you will be calculating the commission. Okay. So from 30th to 33, there is a sequence flow. Then from 34th to 37, there is a sequence flow. Okay. So here you can see from 34th to 37. Here you can see there is a 2 out degree. Why? Because the 34th node, it is again a predicate statement. So once it is a predicate statement, it should have two possibilities. One is true and the another one is false. So from 34th to the control flow flows to the 35th. From 35th to 37th, there is a sequence flow. Whereas the when this statement, when the else if statement is false, from the 34th node, the control flow flows to the 38th. Okay. So here you can see from 34th, two possibilities. One is to the 35th node and the another one is to the 38th node. From 35th to 37th, you are calculating the commission based on this value, and from 38th to 39, you are calculating the commission based on the 38th statement. Next, from 37th to 39th, it is having both the controls are moving to the 40th node. So here the 40th node, you know that it is an end if. Okay, so here you are ending the if statement. Then from 40th to 41st, again you are ending the if statement. Okay, so based on that, you have to write this flow program graph. Next, from 41 to 42, 43, there is a sequence. So you know that once you ended with the if statement, you have to print the commission value what you have obtained. Then you will be ending the program. Okay, so this is how you have to write the program graph. So once you have this program graph, it will be easy to derive the program, means how the program has been, how the control flow is there in the program, that you are able to identify it. Okay. Now, once you are done with this program graph, next you need to go with the define use nodes. So as I said, you define use nodes is nothing but so wherever the variables are defined. So first you list the variables which are defined in the program. Then you go with the nodes where the variables are defined and where the variables are used. So this lock price, it is defined at the node 7th. In the program, you can observe this lock price. It is defined and initialized at the node 7. So where it is used? So it is used in the node 24th. Here you can see the program. So in between, where you can you see anywhere the lock price is defined? No. So it is nowhere it is defined and nowhere it is used in between. So it is defined at the node 7 and it is being used at the node 24. So defined at the node, the lock price variable is defined at node 7 and it is used at node 24. Similarly, stock price and barrel price. So it is defined at 8th and 9th nodes and it is used at 25th and 26th node to calculate the stock sales and barrel sales. Similarly, total locks. Here you can see that two nodes have been mentioned here where the total locks are defined. So here the total locks, it is defined at the node 10th. Okay, so again in the 16th node it is defined. You know that. So your two times the total locks have been defined. The first time where you are defined here, you are initializing it to 0, and in the 16th node where you have defined the total locks, here this the newly defined total locks, it is being used to update the total locks value. So it is defined at two nodes, 10th and 16th. Coming to the usage nodes, so whatever you have defined at 10th node, the total locks, it is used at the 16th node where this total locks, okay, where you are adding it with the locks value. So based on those values, you are updating the total locks. Okay. So this 10th node where you have defined the total locks, so that defined total locks is used here. Okay. So then you will be using it for the further updation. So the 10th node where the total locks is defined, so it is used in the 16th node. Then where you have defined 16th node, the total locks has been used for updation, right? So this is 16th, this total locks which is defined at node 16th, it is used in the 21st node where you are printing the total locks value. And again, this total locks, what you have, whatever it has been updated, it has been printed, and the value is being used for the calculation of lock sales in the node 24th. So the total locks which is defined at 16th, it is used in 21st and 24th node. Likewise, you have to write for the total stocks and total barrels where those variables are defined and used. Then logs it is defined at 13th node. Here you can see input of logs. Here you have defined the variable logs, and again in the node 19th, again you once again you will ask for the logs value to whether to enter into the loop once again or to exit from the loop. For that decision you have defined logs once again in the 19th node. So two times you have defined it. And coming to the usage, so whatever you have defined in the 13th node, that is the logs value, here you are using it in the 14th node just to compare whether it is equals to -1 or not. That is the usage of the logs which you have defined in the 13th node. And coming to the 19th node, here you have used it for the logs value, that is to take the logs value and just to compare, right? So it is used in the 14th node again. And coming to the 16th node, here based on the logs value what you have entered, so that you will be using it for the updation of the total logs. So it is used in 14th and 16th node. Next, similarly for stocks and barrels, log sales, stock sales, and barrel sales. So where you have defined it in the 24th, 25th, and 26th node, where you are using it. So here all these three variables are used to calculate the sales, the total sales that has been made. So these are used in the 27th node. Okay, all the three, that is log sales, stock sales, and barrel sales, all the three variables are used in the 27th node. Then the variable sales, where you have defined the sales in the node 27th, and where you are using this variable sales, you are using it to print the total sales, that is in the node 28th. Then again in the 29th node, just to compare whether the sales range is greater than 1800 or not, then you are using it in the node 33 just to have the comparison how many sales, how much sales have been made. So just to deduct that and to get the exact sales, the leftover sales, to calculate the commission, you will be using this in the 33rd node. Next, in the 34th, again just to compare the sales value whether it is greater than 1000 or not. Then again in the 37th, to calculate the commission, the leftover sales you need to get the difference and to calculate the commission, you will be using at the 37th node. Then again in the 39th node, when the sales range is not greater than 1800 and it is not greater than 1000 also, in the sense it is less than 1000 in the sense or equals to 1000. So based on those sales, you will be calculating the commission of 10%. So for that, you will be using the sales variable at node 19th. Sorry, 39th. Next, the commission, where you are using this commission, it is defined first at the 31st. Then you are using it at the 32nd and 33rd node just to update those values. So here also you are defining the 30. You are defining the commission variable in the 32nd and 33rd node. You know that so whatever the commission value you will be getting here, you will be using this to update the new commission. So they have used the same name, that is commission, for all in all the three nodes. That is they have defined the same variable 31st, 32nd, and 33rd node just to update those commission values. Then again in the 36th, 37th, and 39, the same thing. When the sales value is greater than 1000, there also you need to calculate the commission. For that sake, it has been defined at the node 36th, 37th, and again in the 39th node. So this is where the commission variable is defined. And coming to the usage, it is defined in the it is used in the 32nd node. So whatever the commission variable you have used here, so this commission value you are using it in the 32nd node just to update the commission, right? So that is in the 32nd node. Then coming to this 32nd node, whatever you have used, whatever you have updated, so that the value you are using it to update the commission once again. So you are using it at the 33rd node also. Similarly, in the 37th node, where you are updating the commission value, then in the 42nd node, you are using the commission value to print it as the commission, the total commission, what the salesperson person as obtained. So for that printing, you will be using the commission variable in the 42nd node. So this is how you need to write the define and usage nodes. So this is a DU approach, that is a data flow testing approach to solve the commission problem. It's now moving on to the test cases for the ninth program. So this is your define use notes for the program which you have written. Next, you have to go for the test cases. As they have said in the question, you need to derive the test cases based on the data flow testing. So here you have to write the test cases. So the test case ID 1, 2, 3, 4, you give the test cases so far. And next, description. So check for the log price variable which is defined and used. So where it is defined. So the log price, as I said you now, it is defined at the node 7 and it is used at the node 24th. So you have to write that description for each of the variables. Next, in the next column, you have to write the beginning and ending nodes. So where the variables have been defined, that is the beginning node, and the way where the variables has been used, that is your ending node. So your 7th and 7, 24 is the variable path, that is beginning and ending node. Next, in the next column, you have to write the DU paths. DU paths in the sense starting from the node 7 till the node 24, where the variable has been used. So until there, you have to write the flow, the control flow, whichever you have observed in the program graph. So that the flow you need to write here. So here from the node 7 to 24, the control flow is likewise. So all the path you have to write. And coming to the definition clear. So here you can see that a log price, it is defined at node 7 and it is used at node 24. Nowhere in between the log price is defined once again. Okay, so if it is the in this case, okay, so if it is not defined anywhere in between in any of the nodes in the sense, then you can say that the definition is clear. Okay, so in the comments you need not to write anything here. If you observe anything, then you have to write those observations in the comments column. Then coming to the second, similarly stock price, it is defined at the node 8th and it is used at the node 25th. So coming to the variables path, the beginning and ending node 8, 25, and you need to write the path, that is the control flow you have to write. So wherever the control flow is there from the node starting from the node 8th to until the node 25th, that you have to write here in the DU pass column. Then coming to the definition clear, here you can, if you go through the program, you can observe that. So once the S price, that is the stock price, is defined at node 8th, so nowhere else this stock price is defined in between until it has been used at the node 25th. So the definition is clear. Next, here you can see that total logs. Here I have taken for this total logs. You can see 3, 4, 5, 6. So many columns I have written here. Okay, for that total logs. Total logs, it is defined at node 10th, okay, which is defined at node 10th. It is used in the node 16th. So you know that for the updation it has been used over there. So that flow you need to write here. And coming to the definition clear, so between these two paths, okay, starting from the node 2 ending at the node 16, within this path the definition is clear. So the definition clear is yes. And for the same variable total logs, so which is defined at the node 16th. Okay, so here it has been defined once in the 10th node, and it is being defined once again in between. So if you go through the program, you can observe one more total logs over there, so where you will be using it for the updation. Okay, so here in the program you can see that the total logs you are defined at in the 10th node, and again you are using at the 16th node, and you are defining it one more time. Okay, so the definition is two times here, so you have to write, so in the definition clear column no. Okay, so for this sequence the definition clear is no, and in the comment section just they have written the path. Okay, that is the beginning node and the ending node. Likewise, wherever the definition is not clear, in the sense the variable is defined more than one time, then you have to write that for that sequence. If in case it has been two times defined over there, then you have to write the definition is not clear. Okay, so here for each of the variables what you have listed in the table, right? So that you, for each of the variables you have to write this du paths, and you have to write the test cases. So that is your test cases, and in the comment section you have to write this. So this is your data flow testing. First you have to write the program graph. First, once you write the program, you have to number each of the line, and then you write the program graph, then you write the du nodes, then you write the definition clear or not. So that is your data flow testing.